Pontificus Mortus Johnicus.
Pontificus Mortus Janus?
Pontificus Mortus Janus.
Welcome to the Guild Trivia Implosion. I'm your host, John, and this is a very special episode. We have two fantastic contestants and one okay contestant. Who is who? That remains to be seen. Look, I found one of those three people right now.
Back for her second round of trivia, it's Clara. Clara, hello.
Sup?
Say hello, Aaron.
Hello.
Aaron, welcome back. You, on your last appearance, you crushed an entire category. What are the chances of that happening again today?
I don't know. We'll have to see. Depends on how weird the category is.
Fairly weird. Look who I found. It's Sean, back again for more. Sean, say hello.
$15, Drew.
Clara, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am a teacher of babies. They're three, but people don't know the difference, so, you know.
Sean, tell us, what is your personal history with trivia?
I had that Trivial Pursuit game in the 80s. We lost most of the pie pieces.
You have chosen to appear on today's episode, which is called Pontificus Mortus Johnicus.
Woo!
Okay.
This is a category all about popes who were named John, who were also murdered.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh, no. Oh. You know how I made the bad choices last time? This is one of those times also. I don't know the name of the current pope.
That's right. There were enough popes named John to be murdered that we can do a whole category about just that.
There have been a lot of popes. Been poping it up for a while.
How much do you know about popes?
Had Pope on a rope.
And my family's Baptist, so not much. But then I have writer brain, so maybe more than I expect to know.
Question number one is worth 1 point. John the 10th was pope in the year 914. He was captured by a political rival 14 years later and was allegedly smothered to death with one of these common items.
Let's say a pillow, because that's a good smothering thing.
Pillow is my final answer.
I'm going to go with pillow. That sounds like a thing.
He was smothered with a pillow. That is correct. Yes.
Really? I did it. Yay.
Good old pillow smothering.
Back in the old days, that's all it took to off a pope.
Yeah, I bet it was nice, too. I bet it was, had frills. And
You know, it's thick enough. It's good quality. There's no breathing through a pope pillow.
No, there isn't. No.
The popes went down easy in those days.
It didn't have good security back then. You could just walk right into his bedroom, and that's it for that pope.
The current one would not fall for such nonsense. So.
No, I think each individual mode of death only works for one pope, and then you got to come up with something new.
Pope John the 8th was pope for 10 years, starting in 872. He was considered one of the most effective popes at the time, until he was poisoned and then clubbed to death in the same city he was born in. What is that city?
Where's a good place to get poisoned and clubbed?
Rome?
It's got to be in Italy.
I'm going to say Rome. I don't know, so I'm going to say Rome.
Rome!
Pretty much all the popes from back then came from Rome. You are correct.
Oh, hey! Yay! Not as risky a guess as I thought.
Yeah, I'm so glad I didn't actually change my answer to Denver.
Question 3 is 3-pointer.
3-pointer.
The debaucherous John the 12th became pope in his late teens in the year 955. He died 9 years after putting on the big hat, likely because of being beaten to death by whom?
Who was beating people in 955?
Well, you used the word debaucherous.
The guy that wanted to be pope next.
The next pope.
That's how you get to be Pope, is you just assassinate one before you.
I'm gonna say like a former lover.
John the 12th was actually beaten to death by the husband of the woman he was sleeping with.
That makes more sense.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
No, I was actually so close.
It's not behavior you would expect from a Pope.
What can you expect from any Pope other than the big hat?
This could be why we don't have any teenage popes anymore.
It's probably a good choice.
Question 4, 4 points. John the 14th was Pope in 983 for less than a year until he was thrown in prison and then starved to death by Boniface VII. Boniface was one of these people opposed to the Pope who attempted to occupy the papal seat themselves.
Man, a lot of crazy Pope stuff happened in the 900s. People opposed to the Pope.
They're opposed to the Pope, but they also want to be the Pope.
Yep, that's usually how it goes. Knights Templar?
A blood.
Is he an anti-pope?
Anti-Pope is correct. Yeah.
What?
Oh, anti-Pope. Oh, they had those.
That's a historical term?
You can't get popes and anti-popes too close to each other.
No, they'll annihilate each other. That's how starships fuel themselves.
Do you have any designs on becoming an anti-pope yourself?
I am one currently. I didn't know that yet until this conversation, but that's what I'm declaring my identity as from here on out.
Final question. Question 5 is worth 5 points.
Okay.
The frail John the First. He was Pope for 3 years in the year 523. He had a successful diplomatic mission to this capital of the Eastern Roman Empire, but then he was thrown in prison when he came back, accused of conspiring with Emperor Justin I. His body couldn't take it.
No.
We are looking for the capital of the Eastern Roman Empire.
Constantinople.
Constantinople.
Denver.
Constantinople is correct. Good
Yeah.
job.
Yeah.
It's like Istanbul was Constantinople. Now it's Istanbul, not Constantinople. A long time. Wait.
Why did Constantinople get the works? It's nobody's business but the Turks.
Let's take a look at the scoreboard.
Yay.
Holy moly. Aaron, you have 12 points, which means you are today's Popey winner.
Yay.
Let's take a look at the scoreboard, Sean. You've got 8 points, which means you are second place today.
Ooh, Pope, 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 Pope.
Let's take a look at the scoreboard, Clara. You've got 3 points, which means you are third place today. Yeah, with your third place finish, how do you feel that will affect your career as anti-pope?
I teach 3-year-olds, and I don't think anyone's going to notice, honestly.
Clara, thank you so much for joining us on today's Guild Trivia Implosion. You were a lot of fun. And hey, I'll see you next week in Denver.
I'll see you in Denver.
And all of the rest of you, we'll see you in Denver too.
If you're watching this still, thank you so much for watching. We will see you again next time on the Guild Trivia Implosion. Please remember to subscribe to our channel and forward this to a friend who might be your personal anti-pope. We'll see you again next time.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Pope! Oh, man, I wish I had a Pope hat.